what do you want to know about me? I am a non-practicing Christian. I never practiced my law sufficiently, but I was a good scholar by any standard. I have military training of different forms, which you can borrow from, because some of us are really properly trained. You can borrow, like structuring, like systems, like, reporting orders, reports, staff writing, staff documentation. All these are taught in there. You can benefit from it. Like me, I'm open, I want to benefit from Honorable Mbabazi for being a biochemist. And I want her to really find time apart from the elderly. By the way, all ministers will be ministers for everything. You can specialize in the evening, but all the day you are a minister representing the minister on everything. I want, for example, to discuss with these, you call them traditional what? No, there's another group, healers. If you are not, for example, developing a drug from our botanical endowment, which God gave us for free, then for me, you may not be interesting. Because at least although I'm not a Christian, I don't practice witchcraft. So I want that, for example, we take advantage of our biochemist and we have a deep discussion about how we can turn around what God gave us. Because before the British came, I am sure we lived. Yes, we didn't live. I know how many things my mother would treat without going to. So if those come through that angle, they are very interesting to me. And now we have the privilege of a biochemist. So sit with her. Those traditionals, actually, before I meet them, I don't know who they fall under. And then please help me to be able to access you. Red tape doesn't work. That when I want to see, there's a man I want to see called Omene that I have to apply. Say, please, can I see Omene? And then I want to see somebody called Onapa, Asimwe. They say, please write an application. Really, ease in your life. Let's be here to work. Because, for example, these I want them to sit with the permanent secretary, myself, and because I'm told you have very good brains here, we work with them to realign and restructure and even assess our achievements. So please don't be, if I call you for a consultation, find it easy. You can inform the PS, but my speed is too much. And the PS knows me. He has not met me in this ministry. He knows that's how I work. It's not for any intentions. I'm not calling people to have Kafunda discussion or some tribal alliance. Not really. I want us to work. I was talking to Nasasra Agure that he spent here 4 months and that he had really turned a bit of this ministry, you can see. Now that's what I want. I want us to work with you. PS is my principal officer. But the commander can also want to have things to his knowledge. Some of your things I don't even understand, like WEP and WEP. I don't know what is in U and what is in W. I don't understand. But so I want to align my mind. And you see, I'm also modest enough to know that I don't know the industry. Yes, so that I put myself to levels. And it is because you seek knowledge. If you are just here, held like that TV switched on and off, things become very complicated. If, for example, I want to know how drivers live here, if I invite like that one who was assaulting you, you must have seen him in public, that ministers eat money, I don't know what. If I call him and say, Mburia, how ministers eat money, it's in good intention, so that I get informed. And I'm also trying, Agure knows, I don't think it is his problem. I'm trying to have you as free, to be a free-flowing brain fluid. Yes, so that we can benefit from more of you. I don't want you to be tied in a corner, waiting for, I don't know, a meeting. What if this meeting doesn't, and you have an innovation and you want to bring it to us? How do we access it? Yes, we are all compartments of one establishment with a very clear mission. Here's the mission statement. You can read it for all of us. And I'm also versatile. Yes, I've done quite a lot of things but most importantly, I want to know how you think and how you can help me think better. I'm strange to the establishment, strange to the thinking. So I need to touch. And I know Agri doesn't worry about this. Don't use it as an excuse. Yes, I know he doesn't. He knows I'm well intended. I'm not here to undermine him. That's not my job. But I also want to empower you that you may empower the system. Yes, empower you to empower the system. So that when I'm leaving here, everyone will say, really, we had started kicking. Yes, you can imagine 100 brains frozen in a fridge. How do we get to benefit from you? I want you to feel free to exercise your mind, to create ideological and theoretical space to come up and say, no, this is not how it's done. Why don't you do it this way? So please, when I'm inviting Omene, Asimwe, Nonapa, Winnie, and Mujun, it's for a reason. And I can borrow another brain from Cambridge. These people don't even know I know they have been to Cambridge. I know. So that we sit together and turn around. Imagine how important this ministry is. Most of your monies, you put it in pleasantries to give people to go and give themselves. Now, the important projects are not catered for. That's what Agri was complaining about. Instead of empowering these people who reach the people, you empower pleasantries, like the whole of yesterday was. Of course, it's good for politics. Actually, I want you to refine, when I call this group, and you technical people, ministers, you can always call me. Simon is a very divided these channels. Cambridge. Things which land the population, things which please voters, and things which are just there, like the King of Kasese must feel good. It's our job. But the whole thing is, how do we turn it to support the establishment? How do we achieve things from that presently and how we are feeling? For example, whoever is in charge of culture, the King of Kasese is not very happy that his palace was destroyed. Many years have passed, according to him, 10. Please, those of you whose job it is, may I give you free information. Please take it on quickly and give us a solution. And you deal with the permanent secretary, see that we write a proper report to go to whoever matters. Now, what else do you want to know? Yes, I joined the army. I was 22, having finished my law school after the bush, where I performed very well until I lost my leg. By the way, it's not all those who went to the bush did fighting. Not necessarily. I mean, those who went to the bush fought. That's not true. It's a general application. After that, I became a diplomat for a number of years in the court of St. James. Banang, I don't know if you know the difference. Court of St. James. And when I was there, I went to the school of diplomacy. So I'm teaching you some protocol things, small. Like I saw one of my ministers holding a glass from the neck. You hold a glass in a certain way. I'll be teaching those small things when I'm happy. Because free knowledge, you should be paying for it. Now, from there, I came back, became a director of planning of the army. That's why I want to deal with some planners. This one called Omene. And when I call you by your name, don't get offended. Yes, because if I go honorable, Mr. and Mrs., it gets to be complicated. So even President Museveni calls me Tumukunde. I'm okay, I'm 67 and I'm a general. So let's season our lives. So, Director of Planning, I went for trainings, Nigeria, where were very many places. I don't think you're interested in them anyway. Chief of Personnel and Administration. When I tell you I can turn around things, that was the most underrated job, like this one, yours, this gender thing. Fande bamuwadde kiwani. It recruits, it trains, it promotes, I said, how can this be H1? I went and until they had to say, no, you have to go to another place. That's how I went to CMI. Did CMI, Chief of Military Intelligence, Kampala, you would not step anywhere without feeling Tumukunde. So they said, no, too much, now you go to northern Uganda. That's how I know all these your differences. The difference between, I don't think if I raised any of you tell the difference between a Ruo and a Nairohamite, you don't know. You don't know these things. For example, no, that one would know. So, rules, what are they? Rules. You see? What's the difference between Jopador and Ruo? What's the connection? So, example, those Rugwaras, the majority of them are in Congo, 2.5 million. And the greater smaller group is here, same as the Ruo. But that's for another day when I'm feeling happier. For now, I'll come for business. From there, I became Director of Internal Security. When Chief was here, things got better. Then from there, seriously, although I get sacked because of that speed, so no problem. When I'm sacked, I keep resurrecting, no problem. Yes. So from there, I became, do I even remember? By the way, I also represented my area in CA as a member of Legal and Drafting. And I was also an MP for 15 years. Constituent Assembly, that's where I met Honorable Mulongo. I know all of you very well, very well. Now from there, I think Lt.Gen, what happened? They sacked me, that's what I remember. I think the other stories you may know. I even became a presidential candidate, you can imagine. Yes, some of these things. But they don't have to shock you. Yes, I became CMI during anti-terrorism. I am quite then Minister of Security. I'm like, there was a man who was taking us to Nyakasura. He had a very terrible car. So when you would enter, he'd patch it, and you'd go for 1 kilometer, it would collapse, and he would say, Agwanimuka Moti, that he keeps going up and down, and even gave it a Moti. Very terrible car. So, me, I Agwanimuka Moti. For me, there is no problem. Even if I spend 1 month here, if I have woken you up to tap into your brains and turn around things, I don't care. And I will come back another time, don't worry. Except age is catching up with me. Now, what else? Yeah, you see, you should see how active Honorable Mbabazi is. Very, very. And also, she's a wife of a former Prime Minister. If she comes with her weight, how will we manage? But she's very, very light. Yes, very light. Women's League, I don't know if she told you all that. Chief of Neck Industries. Daughter of a canon, and she's a canon. I will one of these days declare my conflict of interest with her, but at a later day. For now, we are still trying to be new. So, I did my master's also oil and gas. Assume a graduate of Institute to Geneva, where you liked being. That one. For me, I was there for 2 years, paying for myself, not sponsored by government. But I've been out of government for a total of 20 years. So if you see me still buying myself a very nice jacket, I'm not ordinary. Yes, 20 years, been out of government. I was only a minister for a few years, that's what I remember. But so, that is it. What else do you want to know? I'm 6 plus something feet tall, and in my good times I weigh 88 to 92 kilograms. Now I'm suffering from erections and unpredictable situations. What else I am? If you are working, you are my friend. If you are not working, you are a very bitter enemy. I don't like you. Finish. No any other things. That one. I'm very kind and also sometimes extremely ruthless when I'm fighting my opponents. So find it easy. Karibu sana. If all you wanted to know about me is, and I'm quite interposed with all your small Ugandanish things. Tribe, I was a division commander for 4 years from West Nile up to Karamoja in a very big crisis. So I know people, I know. If that is so, then what else do you want to know from me? Work.